Brian Windhorst is with us off the top because we are going to start in the NBA. Giannis Antetokounmpo went to the mic yesterday, had some things to say because the Milwaukee Bucks have now dropped 4 out of their last 5 after losing by 20 to Oklahoma City yesterday. And to make matters worse, the Thunder were not at full strength, missing a handful of players due to injury. So Milwaukee is currently, right now, on the outside of the playoff picture. They are the 11th best team in the East. Their losses are not small. The Bucks' last 3 L's have been by at least 18 points. And so, Giannis Antetokounmpo, what is the problem with the Bucks?
Our chemistry's not there. Guys are a bit selfish. Guys try to do it on their own. I'm not the guy that will yell and cast his teammate out and demand the ball. I've never done that in my career, but I feel like I've played with teammates that kind of understand, the gravity that I can cause for our team, and I understand maybe because we're young, maybe because we're not playing well, maybe because guys think it's their turn, and they want to carry the team on their back and try to turn this around, but I really don't get it. I really don't.
All right, so this clearly sounds like a different kind of frustration coming from Giannis's mouth. He only took 11 shots in the L yesterday. He's still at a double-double. But, Wendy, I'll go to you first. Does he have a point in what he's saying?
Well, look, I sort of have a rule that I never evaluate a team after they've played the Thunder, particularly offensively, because the Thunder do stuff to you that totally messes you up and makes you question your basketball abilities and your strategies. And, in this game, they wouldn't let Giannis even get the ball, and they swarmed him, and he was very frustrated. But over the last 5 games, he's actually, by his standards, barely shot the ball. And the Bucks have played several of their worst games of the season. They are clearly deteriorating. And before that even happened, they weren't a contender. And so that's the thing. When you look at Giannis' situation and you look at the Bucks, will they play better later this season? Certainly. They could have a 5-game winning streak in 2 weeks. It's the NBA. But if you look at this team, is this team capable of making a run even in the Eastern Conference playoffs? Could they win multiple series? I mean, anybody can win a series with Giannis. Giannis is an incredible player. And that's really what we're talking about. He's 31 years old, and he's on a team that has just exhausted itself of resources, and the team is just not up to the standard of a 31-year-old MVP candidate. It's just not. I'm not saying this to be insulting to the Bucks. The Bucks were a legit championship contender for 6-7 years. They've gone through their cycle, and Giannis has outlived it. And what's happening right now, and Giannis is hard on the record, very firmly on the record, that he will not ask for a trade. I got that. I understand. The Bucks are on the record. Doc Rivers has said we are not trading him. Those things are out there. I am not disputing those statements. I am not calling them not true. But I'm telling you, the entire NBA is circled around them right now. And if it's not teams who want to trade for Giannis in the next 2 weeks, the deadline is 2 weeks from today, it's teams that know that if there's a Giannis trade, that there's going to be offshoots of it. And that's just the truth, Stephen A. Teams believe that this is going to end in a divorce, and probably sooner rather than later.
The Milwaukee Bucks need to wake the hell up and trade him. You're not going anywhere. And this is one of the top 5 players on the planet Earth. Top 5, planet Earth. Tell me 5 players who are definitively better than Giannis Antetokounmpo. You're talking about a guy right now, Wendy. He's averaging 28.2 points per game. He's shooting a career-high 65% from the field. Giannis Antetokounmpo, ladies and gentlemen, who supposedly can't shoot, is shooting a career-best 39.5% from three-point range. 39, nearly 40% from three-point range. That's comparable to Steph Curry. That's what he's doing. And this team stinks the way that it does. I mean, it's just, listen, at some point in time, you tried. You went out, you got Damian Lillard. That didn't work out, obviously. He torn his Achilles and all of this other stuff. Over the last 4 years, they've won 1 playoff series. They are 1-9 in their last 10 postseasons. How much evidence do you need? I mean, how many times have I said when we've been on the air, Wendy, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it ain't a damn mongoose. It's a duck. Look at them. They're not good. Period. You have no shot to win a championship. And do you see the roster around them? I mean, no disrespect to the players. I understand that they individually they can play, they got talent, they belong on an NBA roster. But if I'm thinking that I got Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then I look around and I see a Kevin Porter Jr. or an AJ Green or a Ryan Rollins or a Kyle Kuzma and Miles Turner, who was just in the finals with the Indiana Pacers, I'm like, hold the horses here. Let's pump the brakes. Giannis Antetokounmpo, and that's what you got with him? That's what you got with him? Now, to get to your point, Wendy, they've tried. They've been a championship contender the last 6 or 7 years. Okay, you've exhausted all your options. You got one left. You got the top 5 player on the planet Earth who's 30, 31 years of age, still giving you close to 30 a night. Career best in field goal percentage shooting and three-point percentage shooting. He's not going anywhere. He's 6'11". He's a gazelle. The brother is all world, okay? Do you have any idea what you could get for that man? You're the Milwaukee Bucks. You have a business obligation to look out for your franchise. Now, if this guy is beloved and, oh, my Lord, you trade him and then everybody is going to desert you, that would be different. Last time I checked, we're a couple of weeks removed from the crowd booing him and booing the team and him booing the crowd back, which is something he doesn't do. This is a man that felt like he was beholden to the Milwaukee Bucks. And what did he do? All of these years being beholden to them. Now he's booing back at their fan base. Clearly he doesn't feel he owes them anything. They shouldn't feel like they owe him anything. The man is a champion. He's a 2-time league MVP. He's a top 5 player on the planet. And he plays for a team that sucks. Plain and simple. You don't leave him in that situation. You maximize and exploit his talent by using him to get an abundance of assets. And last point, I understand that Phoenix got a first rounder and 5 second rounders along with Green and Dylan Brooks for Kevin Durant. I'm sorry. They got that to trade away Kevin Durant. I understand that the Lakers got Luka Doncic and only had to trade away a first round pick and obviously Anthony Davis and Christie. I get that. But your litmus is the New York Knicks, who got 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. You don't have to get all of that, but you could get some of that and a player or two for Giannis. Yes, you can. You're the Milwaukee Bucks. Do you want to keep a star, be irrelevant, stink up the joint night after night, or do you want to, change things up and get an abundance of assets to build for the future? It's a very, very simple answer to this. Giannis must go. A, because he wants to, and B, because the Milwaukee Bucks should want to move him for an abundance of assets. This is not rocket science. Get him up out of there. He deserves better, bottom line, but the organization will benefit too.
So, Wendy, you pointed out the trade deadline 2 weeks from today. Obviously, yes, Giannis has gone on record. He's not going to ask for a trade, but everyone is watching, as you said earlier. How likely is it that Giannis will be on the move here in the next 14 days?
More likely by the hour, honestly, more the hour. And I think really what this kind of is, nobody wants to be the bad guy, but everybody wants the best terms. And what I mean by that is, in a strange way, what happened to Luka Doncic is kind of desirable for a superstar player because Luka is beloved in Dallas. The fans come to the games in Luka jerseys to this day. Giannis won a championship and had 12 amazing years in Milwaukee. He doesn't.
All right, Dub Nation, let's talk about something that just sent a shockwave through the entire NBA. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Milwaukee Bucks, and why Golden State Warriors fans should be paying very close attention right now. Because what we just heard from Giannis was not normal superstar frustration. That was a man who knows something is broken. A 2-time MVP, a finals MVP, a champion, a top 5 player on planet Earth, standing in front of the media and openly saying, our chemistry is not there. Guys are being selfish. Guys are trying to do it on their own. That's not just about one bad night. That's a cry for help. That's a leader realizing the system around him has collapsed. And when Giannis talks like that, the NBA listens. Let's put this in perspective. Giannis Antetokounmpo is not just another star. He is a franchise-altering force. He's 6'11" with the speed of a wing, the power of a center, and now he's shooting nearly 40% from three while finishing at a historic rate inside. He is putting up nearly 30 points a night on absurd efficiency. He bends entire defenses by himself. Teams build entire game plans just to survive him. This is the same player who carried Milwaukee to a championship, the same player who dropped 50 in a finals closeout game, the same player who dragged average rosters into deep playoff runs year after year. And now he's stuck on a team that has lost its identity, its chemistry, and honestly, its future. NBA insiders are not whispering anymore. They're saying it out loud. The Bucks are out of resources. They gave up picks. They took swings. They tried the Damian Lillard experiment. It didn't work. And now they're an 11th seed getting blown out by injured teams. Giannis is 31, in his prime, and he knows he doesn't have time to wait. Now, let's bring this back to Golden State, because when a player like Giannis starts sounding like this, the entire league shifts. Every front office starts running scenarios. Every contender starts dreaming. And if you think the Warriors aren't on that list, you're kidding yourself. The Golden State Warriors are the ultimate destination for a superstar who wants to maximize his legacy. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Steve Kerr, championship culture, global brand, smart basketball, movement, spacing, winning. If Giannis ever wanted the perfect environment to unlock the best version of himself, this is it. Imagine Giannis in a Warrior system. Think about it. Steph Curry pulling defenders out to half court, Klay stretching the floor, Draymond orchestrating, and Giannis attacking downhill with all that space. You couldn't build a better basketball environment for him. There would be no walls, no triple teams, no clogged lanes, just open runway for the most unstoppable force in the NBA. And defensively, Giannis with Draymond, that would be terrifying. Switchable, long, physical, fast. It would instantly become one of the most dangerous two-way cores in basketball. This is why the league is on alert right now. And don't get it twisted. Nobody's saying a deal has happened. Nobody's saying Giannis has demanded a trade. But what we are saying is that this is how these stories start. Superstar frustration, public comments, NBA insiders circling, front offices preparing, fans watching. And Golden State? Golden State is one of the few franchises in the NBA that could actually justify going all in on a player like Giannis. Because when you have Steph Curry, you don't rebuild, you reload. You don't wait, you strike. Giannis is a generational talent. You don't get chances at players like this often, and when you do, you move mountains. What makes this even crazier is how Giannis still performs despite everything around him collapsing. Career-high field goal percentage, career-high three-point percentage, nearly 40% from deep, nearly 30 points per game. That's not a declining superstar. That's a monster trapped in a broken situation. And the NBA knows it. So Warriors fans, don't ignore this. Don't brush this off. This isn't just Bucks drama. This is the kind of NBA moment that changes everything. The kind that leads to one of those remember where you were when it happened trades. Giannis Antetokounmpo is too great to be wasted, and Golden State is too ambitious to look away. Drop your thoughts below, Dub Nation. Would Giannis and Golden State be the most unstoppable force the NBA has ever seen? And if the door ever opens, should the Warriors walk through it? Because the league just got put on notice, and the Bay should be watching.